One man dead following a drug operation at Biosh. The DAT formally accepts government salary offer. And 20,000 banana plants next month to revive the Sigatoka ravaged industry. I am Idona John Baptist from the Channel 5 News. Details coming up.
Shopping is a lot easier with Courts Ready Finance. Choose what you want from our wide range of quality products and we take care of the rest. Courts Ready Finance's affordability means there's no deposit. There's no need for a lump sum of cash. It's flexible, which means you choose your payment term and you're guaranteed the lowest monthly payments anywhere. Best of all, it's easy. Easy to get and easy to pay. Shop at Courts today and get what you want hassle-free. Courts Ready Finance. Easy, affordable, flexible.
Count your Thursdays and win up to $24,000 in cash. For every $9 spent on Big 4, you get a raffle ticket to enter our weekly draws to win $4,000 cash every Thursday for 6 weeks. The more you spend, the more tickets you get, the better your chances of winning every Thursday. That's $24,000 in cash. So play Big 4, count your Thursdays and win up to $24,000 in cash. Only from the Dominica National Lottery. Promotion starts from February 24th to April 2nd.
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here. Aww.
And don't waste time, eh? You know we deliver all over Dominica. The customer waiting for their product. All right?
Good afternoon. Delivery from Muslim store. Anybody home?
Whether you rent or you have your own home, the Muslim store is the place to get what you need. We deliver.
Welcome back. We begin on the Biosh coast where a drug operation turned deadly Saturday night. That's when the Coast Guard was forced to open fire. Erickson Robert Blaise of Granby is dead following the incident, while 28-year-old Kieran Charles of Silver Lake is hospitalized and another man is on the loose. The three men were traveling on an open keel boat Saturday about 9 p.m. in which police found a substantial amount of cocaine and marijuana.
The police was attracted by that boat given the suspicious nature of the activities given what was taking place. The police immediately went in pursuit and did every possible thing to stop this boat or cause the boat to be stopped. Of course, that is by identification, you know. They're putting on the lights, the hailer, but the men on the boat continued. In fact, they sought to have evaded or eluded the police. Every means possible was employed to stop the boat.
The chase continued as the police attempted to get the men to stop. At some point, according to Superintendent Weeks, to get the men to surrender, the police discharged their firearm.
One man, while the boat was making its way or escaping or eluding the police, one man jumped out of the water. Two remained on the boat, and the boat was beached or grounded or crashed on the rocks at Biosh. The men, on the other hand, on the boat received or sustained very serious injuries, the head injuries and so on, and the waist and the foot. They were taken or transported to the Portsmouth Hospital. One man, that is Erickson Robert Blaise, 30 years of Hagley, Granby, was then referred to the Princess Margaret Hospital, but while on his way to the hospital, to the Princess Margaret Hospital, he succumbed.
The Silver Lake man was discharged from hospital on Sunday morning, but was later readmitted due to the severity of his injuries. He is currently a patient at hospital under police custody. Weeks says preliminary investigations do not indicate any gunshot wounds on Erickson Bless's body, despite prior reports. In more police news, the dead body of a Lapland man has been found at the Roseau Market. The discovery was made on Saturday night. 51-year-old Stephen Girodel was found motionless at the market. Police say he was officially pronounced dead at the Princess Margaret Hospital upon examination.
Normally he's at the market and he's a chap who is reported to have been drinking very excessively. Preliminary investigations given from the hospital and investigators, there does not seem to be any marks of violence or physical violence on the body. It ought not to be deemed as a suspicious death.
Moving on to other news now, it was not business as usual in front of the financial center on Monday morning, at least for a few hours. The United Workers' Party decided to stage a silent protest outside of government's financial center on Kennedy Avenue. They say it was in disapproval of what they consider an abuse of public funds to create job positions for Labour Party candidates who did not win their seats during the December 2014 general elections. The protest lasted for about 3 hours.
Well, we're hoping to get a response from the people of Dominica. This is their business, and hopefully when the people of Dominica respond, the government will respond and decide that what it is doing is not correct, it is not fair, it is not the way you'd like to see the government spending poor people's money, and they will move away from that.
Mr. Linton, opposers of your view may contend that these are issues better suited for the Parliament. What do you think about that?
That's why we've been calling for monthly meetings of the Parliament, because we want to bring those matters to the Parliament. The last meeting of the Parliament was on the 20th. We have not been advised of another meeting, and we do not believe that we're going to see another meeting of the Parliament before budget.
In other developments, Prime Minister Skerrit is in Grenada to deliver the inaugural March 13 lecture organized by the Grenada Revolution Memorial Foundation.
The lecture planned for Monday evening will be held annually to mark the anniversary of the advent of the Grenada Revolution. Prime Minister Skerrit will speak on Grenada Revolution, foreign policy and development of small island states in the present international environment. The foundation says Mr. Skerrit is uniquely qualified to present the inaugural lecture, given the leadership role he is playing in utilizing foreign policy as an instrument of national development. Organizers say the choice of this year's topic is influenced by the recent re-establishment of relations between Cuba and the United States and by other trends in international relations which pose challenges for small Caribbean states. The lecture takes place at the Grenada Trade Center in St. George's.
Coming up, a local economist and his perspective on the medical marijuana debate. Stay with us.
Time has come. Time for passion, for friends. Time to share. It's KFC cricket time. Live the ICC Cricket World Cup 2015 and gear up for greatness with KFC and Pepsi. Purchase your KFC Cricket Time meal with delicious chicken pieces, sides and a refreshing Pepsi. And accumulate coupons to win a free Cricket World Cup inspired t-shirt. It's KFC Cricket Time. So good.
Wash your hands. I am Adora Toussaint, health educator from the Ministry of Health. Proper hand washing protects against the spread of many common illnesses and germs. Wash your hands often with soap and water, or you may use a hand sanitizer. Remember, clean hands save lives. Protect yourself.
A message from the Health Promotion of the Ministry of...
Yes, Patrice?
Doc, your 2 o'clock is ready when you are.
Okay, bring him in. Hi, Kyle. Come and sit and talk to me. Kyle, your mom brought you here because she's worried about you.
I'm okay.
I hear you have a new friend named Ricardo.
Ricardo is my brother's friend. We take a lot of pictures together. He gets really happy and gives me all the toys I want.
How do you feel when you take out those pictures?
Sometimes he asks me to do things that hurt, but the pain goes away.
1 in 5 boys and 1 in 3 girls under 18 is sexually abused in the Caribbean. Treating the symptoms doesn't treat the abuse. Reporting is easy and it's confidential. Break the silence. Child abuse is one secret you should not keep. You are right to tell. For further information on child abuse, call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
It's March Madness at Courts. Get all for nothing and nothing to pay for 30 days. Plus, get mad deals all over the store. And it gets even better with one crazy deal every single day. So Courts is the place to be all month long for new deals every day in the biggest March Madness promotion. Don't miss it. It's gonna be mad.
Thanks for staying with us. The Dominica Association of Teachers has sent a written response to government, officially accepting government's 5% salary offer. This signals the end of salary negotiations for teachers for the 2012 to 2015 triennium. The next round of negotiations will apply to the 2015 to 2018 period. The DAT met with its general membership on Friday, where the majority agreed on the 5% salary increase.
They did their resolution to say to accept the contents of the letters. Yes, those present, and quite a number of them, accepted. We did receive documentation from the Chief Establishment Officer summing up what the meeting that we had on the 3rd of March with the team and the 3 ministers, and most importantly the Minister for the Public Service. So we felt it was our responsibility to let them know the contents of the letter, because in the letter the team is telling us that they're asking us to reconsider the 311.
The DAT also awaits the formation of an education subcommittee, which Nicholas says will be chaired by Prime Minister Skerrit.
We are going to appoint, together with the government, a focus person who will be liaising between ourselves and the government. Of course, I suppose they're just waiting for our written response so that the ball may start rolling.
More top stories. The Minister for Agriculture has confirmed that 20,000 banana plantlets will be in Dominica by April.
Johnson Drago says these are some of the steps the Ministry of Agriculture is taking to fight black sigatoka and revitalize the banana and plantain industry.
The first 20,000 plants, I expect it to be here in April, early April. We are preparing the facility. As a matter of fact, the greenhouse, smart greenhouse facility has already been established by the Chinese, as we all know. We are preparing additional greenhouse space for the hardening of these plants. The structure for the selection of farmers have been put in place, and farmers will be selected based on their capacity to engage in the planting of these plants and the caring of it.
The minister says within 8 weeks of the first batch of 20,000 plantlets arriving, another shipment of 20,000 will be expected.
All the plants are of the Cavendish family. They are in keeping with Windfresh import and fruit import standard. So we are well on our way. I can say to the Dominican community, not only will we be catering for the international market, Europe and so, but plans are well on its way to meet our entire quota of bananas for the regional market as well. So presently, of course, there is not enough fruits to meet all of these demands, but we are putting the structure in place to really eventually meet our quota within the market system.
The minister says the Cavendish variety is familiar in the Caribbean and adapts to the weather conditions.
We have had Cavendish plants here before. It's not the first time, and so on. So it's something we are familiar with. It's just a matter of caring for it, and for sure it will stand our climatic condition. These plants are in Martinique as we speak, they're in Guadeloupe, they're in St. Lucia, they're in St. Vincent. It's just that the black secret affected us at a later stage, and we are now preparing for introducing these plants into Dominica.
Economist McCarthy Marie is of the view that marijuana or cannabis should be dealt with in pretty much the same way as we do alcohol. Julian Morris has this report.
Channel 5 News put the marijuana issue to Mr. Marie to see what he thought about legalizing it for medicinal purposes, as was done in Jamaica on 24th of February. Marie does not believe cannabis should be criminalized in any way whatsoever.
I would think this business about medical marijuana is kind of pretty nonsensical. Just legalize marijuana, everybody will smoke marijuana as they want. It's about medical and not medical, too complicated to function, to make it, to cause marijuana to be used only for medical purposes. That's pretty nonsensical. From the time they say marijuana is legal for medical purposes, well, it's legal, and they should just done with that.
So you don't think your statement is a little strong, that we should just open the door wide for everything?
No,
recreation, medicinal.
Well, on my philosophical view on this matter is that a person's body is his own, and he's free essentially to do with it as he likes. And for the fact, my view personally is that such thing as illegal drugs shouldn't exist at all. And in any case, the amount of money we are spending trying to prevent people from taking drugs is astronomical. It would be much more economical simply to take that money, build a couple more hospitals and treatment centers, and treat those who want to be treated. We have alcoholics, we live with them pretty well. And alcohol is a pretty addictive drug that causes lots of health problems, not to mention social other problems. And we tolerate it, we deal with it. But we don't deal with it as a criminal matter. We deal with it as a social and/or medical matter, and we could deal with all other drugs in the same way, which would be vastly cheaper, more humane, and better for the world.
Mr. Marie says outlawing marijuana has had the opposite effect of increased criminality and violence in society.
Listen, in the 1920s, some smart people in America had the idea that alcohol is such an evil thing, people shouldn't drink that at all. They shouldn't drink it, they shouldn't make it, they shouldn't sell it, they shouldn't carry it, they shouldn't have nothing to do with that. So they banned alcohol totally and completely. What happened? The mafia took over the whole illegal alcohol business because everybody wanted to drink. So, you see, and Al Capone, you know about Al Capone from the gangster from Chicago. That's how the whole thing got started, and the mafia got a big hold on criminal enterprises in America because everybody wanted to drink alcohol, and a few religious nuts, if you like to say that, decided that people should drink no alcohol. And they created a huge criminal enterprise out of that, which is enduring with us all now.
And finally, the public has been looking for answers from the Ministry of Health, Fire Department and the Ministry of Tourism with reference to Friday's fire at the Fokole landfill.
Head of Student Services at State College told Channel 5 News no classes were cancelled due to the thick black smoke on from Friday's fire. When we contacted the DDA Monday morning, we were told the Ministry of Tourism was preparing a statement. We also spoke to the Minister for Tourism by phone as he attended a cruise conference in Florida. He directed us to his website where he had posted a statement. Some say the investigation of that fire on Friday should begin with the Ministry of Health, as this is a health matter and the PS in Health is chair of the Solid Waste Management Corporation.
The chairman of that board is, by statutory arrangement, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Health. So the person most directly responsible and in authority for anything that happens at the Solid Waste Management Corporation is the Permanent Secretary of Health in his or her capacity as the chairperson of the Solid Waste Management Corporation. That's the first thing we need to understand.
Martin says an environmental levy on tires entering the country should be generating money to fund solid waste operations, but he says that does not appear to be the case.
That tax is supposed to go into an account, which account is to be used for the, and I quote, proper disposal of those used tires. Unfortunately, that money never goes into an account that is managed by the Solid Waste Management Corporation. That money goes straight to the Treasury. the so-called black hole. And I can tell you so from my personal experience. When a garbage truck needs a tire, an oil filter, or anything in it, they actually have to get an LPO order passed through the Ministry of Health because they do not have money. Now, this is not to excuse the management of the Solid Waste Corporation, like the operations manager and the staff and so on, but it is simply to say that while they have been given a mandate to properly dispose of and manage waste in the country, they have not been allowed access to the resources that are required to take care of this matter.
After several attempts on Monday to reach the manager of Solid Waste Management Corporation for clarification on Martin's statements and other issues, Channel 5 News was told he was in a meeting and we should call back. The Ministry of Health issued an advisory late Friday afternoon warning people with various respiratory problems to exercise caution. The fire department itself has also launched an investigation into the cause of the fire.
Up next on the Channel 5 News, your sporting highlights.
In the sporting highlights, the West Indies will take on New Zealand in quarter-final 4 of the 2015 ICC World Cup after they just managed to squeeze through to the next round at the weekend. The region's ambassadors beat the United Arab Emirates on Saturday by 6 wickets in their final qualifiers encounter. They were later treated to a quarter-final spot when Pakistan beat Ireland that same day. The Windies go through to the quarters on 6 points at number 4 in Pool B and have a tall task ahead when they face the Kiwis on Friday at Wellington. South Africa meets Sri Lanka in quarter-final 1 on Tuesday, while Bangladesh goes against India on Wednesday. Australia and Pakistan will fight for a semi-final spot on Thursday. In basketball, apart from playing disciplined and professional basketball this season, players are also being urged to stay away from performance enhancement drugs of all kinds. The 2015 Dominica Amateur Basketball Association League tipped off last Saturday with an opening ceremony at the Lindo Park Hardcourt. Their president of the National Anti-Doping Organization, Felix Wilson, spoke to competitors.
There is no reward in being a druggie, taking drug to enhance your performance. It is essentially cheating. So wearing that cap as president of the NADO, the National Anti-Doping Organization, I am appealing to you sportsmen, please play fairly. Do not cheat, do not take drugs, because one of the consequences of drugs is to destroy you as a person. And if you respect yourself, you will not get engaged in that.
Meanwhile, DABA President Yudi John is asking all players to sharpen up and move forward in uniformity as the 2015 season gets into gear.
The 2015 Basketball League should reflect the tireless efforts in bringing the sport of basketball closer to where we hope it could be. This can only be realized if we all decide to pick up the slacks and assume our responsibilities. If we all make the commitment to accept our roles we all must play, then none of us should fall short or casualty of others' shortcomings. Let me assure you that I realize that the buck starts with me, and I give my renewed commitment to service of the sport.
And Dominica-born Karina LeBlanc migrated to Canada with her parents at 8 years old, and now she's back home on an official visit as UNESCO Canada's newest ambassador. At 35 years, she is currently the longest-serving Canadian national player in history and holder of a 2012 Olympic bronze medal. On her visit, LeBlanc hopes to inspire as many young footballers as she can, both youth and senior national players.
The biggest message I want to get to every child that I come in contact with is that if you dream big, if you work hard, if you believe in yourself, anything is possible. They may not be the next future Olympian, but they can be a doctor, they can be a policeman, they can run this country. They can be anything they want to do, but they have to dream big. And you make that choice. And it's a choice that I want them to make. And I want them to feel this and understand that this is a medal, but it doesn't represent just soccer. It represents dreams and that anything is possible. And I'll tell them some of my stories where everyone had ruled me out apart from my family. But I just believe that I was always meant to be something greater. And every day of my life, I choose never to be average.
And finally, the Dominican national team returns to Dominica from Antigua and Barbuda empty-handed after conceding defeat to the host in an international friendly. As Dominica prepares for their first World Cup 2018 qualifier, the locals went down 1-0 at the Antigua Recreational Grounds on Sunday. Meanwhile, defending Women's League champions New India Godal Runners and 2014 First Division champs are moving closer to retaining their championship title as they continue to lead their points tables coming out of a weekend of games in both leagues. Details will follow in a subsequent sportscast. That's all your sporting highlights for now. I'm Julian Morris. Join us tomorrow.
The weather report is next.
Good evening. Welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I am Janelle Macpherson. Satellite imagery today showed just a few low-level clouds which moved across the island chain today. As a result, skies over Dominica were fair to partly cloudy. Radar imagery indicated no shower activity over Dominica today. Weather conditions for tonight are expected to be fair to partly cloudy and hazy with a few brief scattered showers. Tomorrow, apart from a few early morning showers, conditions are expected to be fair to partly cloudy and hazy. Sea conditions tomorrow are expected to be moderate with waves up to 7 feet. Throughout the next 3 days, apart from a few brief early morning showers, conditions are expected to be fair to partly cloudy and hazy. Throughout the Caribbean tomorrow, the extreme northern and southern portion of the island chain can expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some scattered showers, while the central portion of the island chain can expect a fair to partly cloudy skies. On the international cities forecast, partly cloudy skies with rain expected in New York and London, partly cloudy skies in Miami and Beijing, cloudy skies expected in Caracas. The sun will rise tomorrow at 6:12 a.m. and will set at 6:16 p.m. For up-to-date weather information, please call our weather hotline at 447-5555 or visit our website at weather.gov.dm. Thanks for viewing. Have a good evening.
To end the news, the headlines again. 1 man dead following a drug operation at Biosh. The DAT formally accepts government's salary offer and 20,000 banana plants next month to revive the Sigatoka-ravaged industry. Send your questions and comments to news@mapin2k4.com. On behalf of the production team, I am Idonu Baptist. Thanks for watching. Join us again tomorrow.